Hello, my lovely squidlings. I'm really grateful that you're here today. If you've clicked on this episode, chances are you're carrying something extremely heavy, a wound that still bleeds when you least expect it, a heartbreak that wasn't just about love lost, it was about trust and safety and the future you thought you were building. This episode is all about rebuilding after betrayal, not just surviving it, but reclaiming yourself from it. Because when you love someone well, when you love someone who cheats on you, it shatters more than just the relationship. It splits open the way you see yourself. It breaks the mirror of your worth, and it leaves you wondering if you'll ever feel whole again. So today I want to hold space for all of those raw parts, the truth, the devastation, and the rebirth. You are not alone. So let's take a deep breath and let's begin. Betrayal by someone you loved and trusted is a kind of emotional abuse. It's the moment the world twists sideways. You lose more than just a partner. You lose the version of yourself who believed you were safe in their hands. And it doesn't just break your heart, it breaks your sense of reality. You look back and you start to question everything. Was any of it real? Did they ever love me? How long was I being lied to? And then the shame comes creeping in. How could I have missed the signs? Why wasn't I good enough? What did they have that I didn't? But I need you to hear this now. Being lied to doesn't make you foolish. Being betrayed doesn't make you broken. You are not responsible for someone else's decision to deceive. You are not too trusting. You are brave. You are not too soft. You are vulnerable. You are not unworthy. You were whole the entire time. And their betrayal, it's a reflection of their own emptiness, not just a measurement of your life. I want to take this moment to share something extremely deep and personal. Because if you're here, chances are your heart's been cracked open too. And maybe, just maybe, you need to hear from someone who is still learning how to breathe again. So on Valentine's Day, I found out that my husband of 10 years, the man I had built my life with, had been cheating on me. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of raising children and birthday celebrations, late night laughter, the fights, the forgiveness. We had a life. And then he told me he was leaving, not to figure things out, not to repair what we had, but to be with her, the other woman. And in that moment, something inside of me shattered. It broke. I couldn't feel my legs, my chest was hurting, my hands were shaking. The silence in that car was louder than any scream I could have ever made. I felt like I had lost my identity, not just as a wife, but as a woman. Because even as he told me the truth, I still loved him. I still wanted to make it work. And honestly, that broke me even more. And then After a while, I tried to justify it. I told myself it was just a mistake. He's heading too. Maybe I could have done more. But then, when I took those steps to start healing, when I gave myself permission to feel instead of fix, I began to see things I hadn't wanted to admit. I saw the name calling. I saw the comments that were meant to cut, not connect. I saw the times where he disregarded all of my efforts and work that I had put into the relationship to make sure that when he came home, he had a house, he had warm food, and he always had everything he wanted. But you know what? He couldn't even remember my birthday, or remember Mother's Day, or even Christmas. I remembered the times that he would belittle me and make me question myself and twisted the narrative until I felt like I was the problem. The loneliness I felt even while lying next to him, it wasn't just betrayal. It was emotional abuse. And for so long, I had made excuses for it because I loved him, because I wanted to keep my family together, because I thought this is just what a long relationship looked like. But when he told me about that other woman, when I saw just how easily he could disregard our life for someone else, that is when I truly felt the deepest pain I've ever known. But yet, in that pain, it gave me clarity. The moment shattered the illusion. It forced me to face the truth. That moment was the first time in 10 years that I truly, fully chose myself. I stopped twisting myself into forgiveness just to keep someone who wouldn't fight for me. I stopped calling pain love. And I started the long, sacred, terrifying process of healing for me, my children, and for the version of myself I buried to keep the peace. And maybe you're standing in that moment right now. Maybe you're still holding the pieces, wondering how to breathe. And if you are, please know this. You don't have to stay in pain to prove you were loyal. You don't have to justify abuse to keep the illusion alive. You are allowed to choose yourself, even if you've never done it before. You are worthy of a life where love feels safe, where your name is spoken with tenderness, and when your softness is a strength, not a weakness. And that journey, it starts the second you whisper, I deserve better than this. That is when the healing begins. Betrayal is a death, not of the body, but of the identity you built with someone else. It's grief without a funeral, pain without closure, and it lingers in your body. That tension in your jaw, or the way you flinch when someone's phone lights up, or how you stare at the ceiling, replaying memories like a detective looking for missed clues. You may find yourself becoming smaller, afraid to trust, to speak, to feel joy, because somewhere inside your heart is whispering, if I let myself be happy again, what if it happens again? And I want to say this to that part of you that is stuck in survival mode. You are allowed to fall apart. You are allowed to stop pretending it didn't destroy you. Because sometimes Sometimes healing starts with honesty.